nobody's looking at our faces.
Nobody's looking at our faces. Nobody's looking at our fucking anything. They're just listening to our sweet words. As men, we have the right words.
Mm-hmm. We're meant to be heard, not seen.
We're meant to be heard, not seen. It's true. It's true. And this is why the whole, women are more popular on Instagram. It's like, I'm okay with that. As long as we're okay as a society with the fact that my voice is to be heard.
Specifically, Ramsey Badawi's voice.
Only my voice should be heard.
Wait, what was that you just tried to do? Did you try to... Were you trying to do this kind of voice?
And that's the report from Ramsey Badawi.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
The worst, the absolute least...
I would love to see you as a field reporter, like at a conflict zone.
That's the problem with me is I've always wanted to be a broadcaster, and I always thought I could be a broadcaster. But if I'm really being honest with myself, there was no time when this voice was ever going to be. Again, maybe if you're doing a story about, a drought, you could use a guy like me.
Oh, yeah, sounds thirsty.
Sounds a little thirsty.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you could, people make it work. Like there's a pitcher named Jim Abbott from back in the day. He had one hand, and he would put the glove over his stump, and then he would throw the ball and then quickly transition the glove onto his hand.
And so his appeal was partially just like that.
Right. He was an athlete with one hand. You could be a broadcaster with that voice. You know what I mean?
I think I have a great voice. A lot of people tell me that they think I would be great in voiceover work.
Yeah, they're saying you sound like a cartoon.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Picture a cartoon right now. Picture like a little pissed off teapot or something.
I'm looking at Joni pretending that you're talking to her.
Yeah, watch. Look at Joni and picture that. Okay. Hello, everybody.
That is so funny on like Nick Jr.
Yeah, I'll put some peanut butter on her mouth so she's moving her mouth.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm a dog. Whoa. Love being a dog so much. That's perfect, dude. I have the voice of a cartoon dog.
Yeah. I imagine you would make a good voice of a cock.
You mean like a chicken?
Like a penis.
A
cartoon penis.
I hate that I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Like picturing a penis ahead talking right now.
Hey.
Everybody picture at home right now. Picture Bryan. If you're just listening to the audio, picture Bryan is in a chair and next across from him is a penis speaking to him.
No, it's got to be a penis attached to a body.
Oh, like I'm going, like the penis is talking and I'm going, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Dick.
No, I don't want to masturbate right now.
Come on. You know you want it.
Yeah, that would be perfect for you. I'm going to write that up.
Oh, it exists. I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, who does the voice?
Jason Mantzoukas.
Who's that?
He's one of my arch nemesis.
He's a raspy voice. Is he Greek?
Is he raspy?
He's raspy too.
I think actually, if I was to go out for voiceover auditions, he would be in the room with me without a doubt.
Yeah,
we're in the same range.
Really? What does he look like? Is he famous?
He looks wild. He looks like what I sound like.
You're gonna recognize him because
yeah,
he's in
he is.
so many movies.
He's in a lot of things. Yeah. While Tyler pulls that up, I'm going to set up today's episode of the Bryan and Ramsey Show. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We have a special episode. We brought in a couple guests. We brought in Devin Costa and Richie Gaines from the Hate Watch podcast. Mm-hmm. It was a ton of fun. We recorded a podcast here, and then we just stepped outside and then did another podcast.
Yeah, we sure did. But one that would have been way less fun to listen to.
Yeah. I love Devin to death, and I was like, he kept all of that at bay. He's a professional. The guy does a great podcast. Tyler listens every week. He doesn't even listen to our podcast.
Yeah, I listen to it at work.
Tyler listens to their podcast.
He definitely listens to ours too because he got mad at us about that one episode.
He does.
Where he
Yeah, I wasn't there. I'm like, what?
He listens when
they said something.
We said you were a limousine liberal, or
Yeah, he said I like Anderson Cooper. I was like, what the fuck? I was so furious.
We called you a corporate Democrat.
Yeah.
You have a CNN Plus subscription. Don't fucking back. Don't lie to us now, Tyler. We know
They
you
actually
do.
credited you back because they went out of business.
Did they really go out of business?
Yeah, in 1 week.
They went out of business 1 week.
They're already gone?
Dude, they only had 10,000 people sign up. They literally put $250 million into it, and like 10 or 14,000 people signed up.
I guarantee you 14,000 were, of the 10,000, 8,000 were Russian bots. I guarantee you they used the same strategy that they accused Donald Trump of.
Yep. More people are going to see Tom Segura perform comedy tonight in one room than subscribe for CNN Plus.
Damn, dude. Tyler, bro, I'm sorry about that, man. I know that was a big deal.
I had a real loss.
Does Anderson Cooper at least have a podcast or something?
Oh, I think he does. Let me see.
The Coop Scoop.
The Cooper Scooper.
Yeah. Lemon Lime with Don Lemon.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
That's where he's with another guy.
A Latina guy?
Yeah,
Lime?
He's very...
Limon?
Oh, I like it. Lemon. Limon, lime. Dude, I love that.
Yeah,
idea.
Anderson Cooper 360.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, dude.
The pod?
Are you a Patreon member?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Patreon is all just like war criminals.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a Henry Kissinger tier.
Yeah, General Electric.
Yeah.
General Electric commenting on the last episode. Love this. Pfizer being like, great message.
Northrop Grumman level. Yeah. Dude, what's the other company that everybody talks about now? Raytheon. Raytheon's really getting dragged through the mud.
Just by their name, yeah.
They're getting dragged.
Well, what I'm saying is there are other companies that do that, and they are now the Kleenex
Yeah.
of the bomb building community.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Northrop Grumman is harder to say, doesn't ring as
Yeah.
well, so like nobody really says that. Boeing does that shit.
I mean, yeah, it's again.
Sounds like a boner, so you can't, it's too silly.
Elon Musk gets a lot of it, and Jeff Bezos because their names are easy to say. I mean, and we've looked at that billionaire list. There's some hard names on there.
Yeah, dude.
You get a couple Pashundahars in there. You get a few weird Russian names. It's tough. So
The easiest one of all, Jack Ma.
Jack Ma, easy.
Although I believe he's been killed.
A name is valuable, man. I mean, think about how much more valuable Noam Chomsky's name is because it's Noam Chomsky.
Yeah.
Imagine if he's Todd.
I know, Todd Chomsky.
You'd be like, okay, Todd, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. What up? I want to talk about hegemony and destruction.
There's no Todd in this planet that is ever. Once you're named Todd, your parents have given up on you. They're done with you.
Right. What about Mary Todd?
They're done with you.
Yeah.
Nobody has high aspirations for a Todd. Name a powerful Todd.
Is Todd short for anything?
I don't
Toddrick?
think so.
They name you Toddrick?
Toldrick.
Yeah.
That's a British bro. What's up?
Oi, bro, dude.
Yeah. Oi, bro. What up?
Did you pull up a picture of what was the picture
Oh,
that we were
yeah.
looking up of? I forget. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I got it right here.
Devin Costa and Richie Gaines. Oh, here's Jason Mantzoukas. You know this guy, Brian?
Oh, he's in everything.
Yeah.
He kind of sounds like he looks like I sound. I think
He's one of those guys that in my mind I'm like, oh, I think he's really funny, but I can't recall any time of him being funny.
he's not actually. I mean, I don't know if he's.
I think he's pretty. He's funny on The League.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? He's like a supporting character on The League.
I said yes because I believe Tyler. I trust Tyler's tastes.
I get him mixed up with that guy Ben something. He's a character actor like that.
Ben Schwartz. They look the same. They don't look the same, but they're.
I got him mixed up. I think that guy's funny.
They do the same shows. They're all comedy Bang Bang losers.
Yeah, they're like a little crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess Ben Schwartz plays a character on Parks and Rec that's kind of like a Jason Mantzoukas character.
That's what I'm picturing. And that character's
they
funny
play
to
similar
me.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, they're both great guys. I'd love to have them on the pod together. Maybe we could do like some kind of a comedy Bang Bang spin on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Imagine we're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, we go. We're in the grocery store, and because of inflation, we know inflation.
It's just a bummer.
Our comedy Bang Bang is comedy Bang Bang Kill Yourself.
Yeah. The baby food section completely barren.
Batteries are $1 trillion.
You're essentially living the last page of Grapes of Wrath.
Now
Make
you're-
it funny. Isn't that the dry titty scene? Isn't that the last page of Grapes of Wrath?
Never read it.
The classic I just read was Slaughterhouse 5, or I mean I heard it, audiobook by it was read by James Franco, which come on, I mean obviously I'm more of a Dave Franco guy, but
Yeah.
We all are.
I mean this is a Dave Franco podcast. We've been pretty clear about that from day
We're
one.
the Dave Franco Network.
We do not support any of James Franco's projects, only Dave Franco's projects.
And Casey Affleck.
And Casey Affleck. We like all the
The more talented
Billy
brothers.
Bush, all the guys. Is
Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
his brother? Who was
Whose
the
brother?
loser brother of the George Bushes?
Jeb?
No,
Yeah.
Jeb was the.
He was the governor of Florida.
I think we're doing. Yeah,
Low energy Jeb.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're about to walk into a Greg Giraldo joke, but that was a Greg Giraldo joke. Every president has the loser brother.
Yeah, George.
And
Yeah,
Jeb
yeah.
had George. Yeah.
Roger Clinton, Billy Carter, George W. Bush. Yeah.
No better fitting way to set this episode up with a 2007 joke. Or 2006, probably.
By a
actually.
guy who died snorting meth off a knife.
Off a night.
It was we had a fun time. We pre-recorded this little intro because we just rolled into it. We thought it would be, a little bit more of a natural way. But be sure to check out Devin's podcast. All the show notes, Devin and Richie, they both do the podcast together. All the links will be in the show notes. Brian and I are going to be in Austin June 7th through 14th. Check us out. If you're at if you live in Huntington Beach or Orange County, you can come see us at the Rec Room Friday, May 20th.
Oh, yeah. On that night, I'll also be at Don't Tell in downtown LA. And the night after that, I'll be in Ventura at Comedy Slice.
Check out Tyler over in the Oxnard. We've been plugging this Oxnard date.
Yeah, I got one date at like a restaurant.
I love plugging Tyler's Oxnard date.
Casa Agria in Ventura.
If someone comes up and says hi to me from Worst Hour, that'd be the shit.
All right, dude, we're gonna make it happen.
I'm sure we got somebody in Ventura.
We got somebody. I know we do. In fact, I think I know 5 or 6 people. I'm gonna message them personally.
Yeah. It tells us where the cities are where they listen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a ton. If you're out there in Lake Stevens, Tyler, if you ever do a show in Lake Stevens, Washington, we got your back, bro.
Or the suburbs of Denver.
Some reason, Lake Stevens, Washington, weird suburbs of there's a lot of those cities that like us.
Sugarland, Texas, like right outside Houston.
And it's not like a couple people. You'll just go like, there's 50 people in Lake Stevens, Washington who loves this show. Like, what is going on
I don't know.
in this community?
Like one popular guy loves the pod and he just made it.
Spreads it around, maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're listening to the show, spread this podcast around to everybody you know because we're hurting. We just had a 30-minute conversation about how much we're hurting.
Yeah, I loved that conversation because it was a bunch of comics outside bitching, and I felt like I was the most positive.
You were the most positive. I would say that.
But it's almost like the way if you're doing a life sentence,
yeah,
you come to peace with prison.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
I'm like a prisoner who
Trying
feels
to
like he
get out.
just murdered somebody, and Bryan is wearing the Muslim hat.
I'm like, April Tuesday's movie day.
Bryan's wearing the Muslim hat.
Yeah.
He's reading to people. He loves movie day.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
trading. He's getting my banana pudding because I'm too depressed to eat.
Yeah. I'm fully. I'm doing a life sentence. So what are you gonna do? I can't. I'm not gonna fucking scoop out my cell with a spoon.
I agree, bro. Everybody, that's a great attitude to have. And when taking it into this episode, especially, if you're doing a life sentence, put on the hat, put on the little skull cap and enjoy your life because it's a life sentence,
Yeah, it really is.
You might get out, but you probably won't. Mm-hmm. And there's not, even
if you get out, you'll go back in.
yeah, you'll get
There's
it
a lot of
back in.
recidivism in this world.
Yeah, you'll steal a bag of hot Cheetos. I like when they do that, when they get out of jail after 50 years and they go back in because they stole a bag of hot Cheetos.
I mean, OJ's the best example of that. Getting away with murder and then stealing his own award back.
Yeah. Although
getting like 10 years.
I think we all agree the OJ thing. I love when sometimes I'll have an opinion that's just so toxic that your dog will get away from me. All right, let's start the show because I got to get out of here. You guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. On behalf of everybody at the Bryan and Ramsey Nation, peace be unto the prophet. Miserable.
Yeah.
I got into comedy a long time ago thinking I would do no work. And now I work harder than anybody and am for less far than
I
anybody.
essentially have an engineering degree at this point.
It's a hell.
It really is.
It's a living hell.
Yeah,
So you gotta make your own fucking clip.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe Tyler does it for you.
No.
It's a nightmare.
You do a podcast.
Yes.
You do a podcast for an hour, and then you make a clip for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay for like the subtitle thing. So then you're like, fuck that. I'll just do it myself.
I know. I'll spend 3 hours on a clip and then somebody will be like, "You're gay." Is that Nick Cage in the background? That's like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus
You
Christ.
spent like 3 days on a clip. They're like, dude, I love Zappa.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Go listen to him, you fuck.
I know. And then if there's one thing you need to look up, all the people who spent all the time learning it will only speak in the speak of the programs and everything, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking. Just say it in layman
hate
terms.
tech nerds that don't do anything with it. There's so many people on the internet that are obsessed with sound quality.
I know.
And they don't do anything with sound quality. They just buy all the equipment and nitpick, or they're in their backyard with like, this lens does this and that. And I'm like, but you made a movie?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything? You're a
the
baker.
point?
Why are you obsessed with sound?
Yeah. All you're doing is drying every pussy within 4 hours of you. That's all you're doing with this information. It's fucking loser. Yeah, I can't stand it. I mean, pretty much everybody who's good doesn't know how to do anything.
Sure.
And if you know how to do something, you're probably not very good.
Yeah.
I agree with that, actually.
That's kind of like what I've learned in this life.
I saw this. I saw this this news story about this guy earlier today who he ate a Big Mac every day for the last 40 years or
Wasn't
something.
that in Supersize Me?
Yeah.
No, this is
A new
It's
guy.
the same dude.
Oh, it's the same dude,
Same
right?
guy, yeah. With the ponytail?
He broke.
Yeah.
He made a
Ponytail.
sequel?
You can pull up his video. It's right there.
He's like, fuck Morgan Spurlock. I've been eating this shit for 40 years, you pussy.
He keeps breaking the record because he's the only one with the record. So
Super duper size me.
Yeah, he's been eating one for. But when I saw it, speaking of the guys with the cables and all the sounds, it did make me miss old school autism. Like, this is an old school autism that I can respect.
Right, yeah.
I know. Remember when that meant you were a genius at piano?
Yeah.
And now it just means you're annoying at a party?
Yeah. Old school autism used to be like Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
He was autistic, and then he started doing drugs, and they kind of made him a little cooler. But he's still like, you ever see those interviews of him as a young man? He's, you know, he knows every butterfly
he's
in America.
staring at the floor, talking super fast.
Yeah. It's either that, though, or it's this guy who just eats a hamburger every day. And it's just, that's all he does. Play him really quick. Have you seen this guy before, Brian?
The Super Size Me guy?
No, this guy, the guy who holds the world record for eating the most Big Macs.
He was in Super Size.
He was in Super Size Me. They did a little thing on him.
Here he is, right
He was really precocious when it came to Big Macs.
Oh, there he is.
Of course.
Wow.
He used to go to the Ice House, Mike.
On Tuesday, he celebrated
Oh my God,
50 years of eating
a page boy haircut with a ponytail. That's an interesting choice.
He looks like the CEO of
Also-
Hot Dog on a Stick.
He looks like everybody in Libs of TikTok. That's what he looks like.
I know.
Yeah, he looks like he's teaching kids like the proper pronouns to use
Yeah.
when they're like in 3rd grade.
I kind of like him. I really do. I like a guy who's committed to something so absolutely useless from way before, and he's not making any money off of it.
No.
It's kind of nice.
You know, he does that haircut by putting a big back box over his head and cuts the bangs around it.
he does look like he has a toupee from TikTok. Like, you ever see those on TikTok with the guys?
Can you imagine your family's like, hey, Don's on the news, and it just says Big Mac consumer. That's your title on the news. I'd rather be like killed 11 people.
What? Why is it that? What I'm confused about is why is he dressed like he works at McDonald's? Is there any purpose for that? He's like wearing an outfit like he.
Well, it's like the train nerds. They wear the conductor hat.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just. I wish that he was a train nerd. It would be a lot easier for him. I think.
Old school autism.
Yeah,
like you said.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
100%.
I respect the guy.
You don't see that kind of autism anymore.
No,
where they
you
dress the
don't.
part. They do it every day.
No, now they're all successful.
Yeah.
They figured out the algorithm. It's
Yeah.
It's a little frustrating.
It's a simple life that guy has.
He does. I
envy it.
I remember. I think I had this friend in the Bay Area who ended up just being like a racist conspiracy theory guy. But at first, I thought he was really smart. And he told me that the reason why there's so much autism now is because big tech blew up. And so autistic people know how to get laid now because they were in the same work environment. They used to be outcasts. And now they're all working at like Facebook or whatever and fucking each other. And then it compounds and makes generations of stronger and stronger autism. But I think he was just a bigot. But that was his theory. But for a while, I believed that.
Interesting.
There
He's
is
got,
some
like race science with autism.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if they take one autistic boy.
Yeah, he's the Charles Murray of autism science.
It's not the worst theory I've ever heard. It's really not. It's a pretty solid theory.
Well, see, that's what news is now, or information is. Is it believable when you say it, and then it becomes real?
Well, I think the Blizzard Entertainment lawsuit kind of plays to that theory because
Is that the Bill Cosby room people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is, and they're all tech nerds, and then at least at this video game company, they were the developers or the programmers, so they are essentially rock stars at Blizzard, but they're all nerds. They grew up getting no pussy, and now they're like the coolest people in the company. Yeah. They make the games.
Right.
And then they go to these, they go to like BlizzCon, and they go to other events, and they are like gods.
Right. Yeah, but you used to have to be Hitler to do that. You know, like that's better. Like if you make a video games, like Hitler was the same kind of like unfuckable little nerd that nobody liked, and the way he took that energy out was taking over Europe.
Yeah.
Now you just take over a hotel in San Francisco and
make
fuck
a few
people in a
bad
Bill
jokes.
Cosby room. Yeah.
In the old days, Don Gorski could have been Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler would have been a Big Mac consumer on Channel 11 these days.
Don Gorski is a perfect name.
What a name for that guy.
No, it's a perfect name.
He was supposed to be the Big Mac man.
Yeah, for real.
Don Gorski, I got you your Big Mac for the day.
Do you think that guy's ever fucked anybody in his entire life? Like, is there any chance he's fucked anybody?
Do you think he wants to?
That's a great question.
You know, because if he doesn't want it, he's living in paradise.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I'm trying to think, like, what is his day? I mean, to be like, if you're the kind of person who every morning you're like, on my calendar today, I got to knock out another Big Mac. Like, what could your schedule look like other than that?
I mean, that guy, we're all looking at him like this fucking unfuckable virgin loser, but really he's the free one because he's free of the sex drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like a way to live.
Yeah.
If you don't care, I mean, you know how much of your life is controlled by that, you know?
It's
like,
yeah.
I washed my shoes the other day. Think Don Gorski's ever washed his shoes? You know, he never.
Washing your shoes is like a sad point.
It's just because you're worried about what other people are gonna think.
It's just sad when you're at the point when you're like, I think washing my. I think that's what's gonna change it.
You know what successful people who get pussy do? They throw the shoes away.
just
and
throw
they
away
go
They
buy
went once,
new
yeah.
shoes.
They walk like they got a shit, so they don't crease the shoes.
There's just something sad about being like, I know what's gonna really fucking make. Well, this is gonna get me to the next level. Clean shoes. Finally,
Dude, this
not
guy's
looking like I've walked before.
I was gonna say this guy's Wikipedia page is pretty funny. Don Gorski.
He's got a wiki.
Does he have other
He's got
stuff?
a Wikipedia page, so he has OCD.
No,
Yeah, that.
I don't believe it.
That's true. And also his job, he's a correctional officer.
No way.
So he's like a psychopath.
Can you imagine being locked up looking at this guy outside your cage?
Oh, just dragging that fucking
That's
baton.
how everyone's getting McDonald's in the can.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger Freddy is connected.
He's actually
Don
a
Gorski.
Yeah, he's a fucking like what is that Breaking Bad chicken restaurant? That's what he's doing.
Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah, he's doing that with McDonald's.
Oh yeah, he's probably like big in the community and shit.
yeah.
Little do we know, he's like
the biggest heroin
the biggest
dealer.
sex trafficker in North America.
yeah, for real. That's what's going on.
Yeah, he's the Jimmy Savile
Yeah,
of
he's
that
the giant.
area.
Yeah.
But just all he does is eat Big Macs because it's like Nebraska or something. It's not London.
Where does it say he's from? I think he's from Florida, right? I mean, there's probably. There's
From
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
oh, okay.
And he's married.
Oh,
So he gets
To
posted
what?
He's fucking. He's
Well, that
fucking.
doesn't mean.
Yeah, so he definitely
Pussy,
doesn't
right?
get pussy. Yeah.
to Mary Gorski.
Mary.
Nice. No,
Gorski.
man, I'm telling you right now, Mary
I wonder
fucks the
what she
shit
looks
out of
like. I
him.
wonder if she's like 5,000 pounds.
Please pull up Mary.
Let's
Gorski.
dox the Gorski.
Gorski's dead.
She has an OnlyFans.
They fuck like crazy. Now that I know that he's married, he's fucking like every night. He doesn't look at any porn. This guy's. The more I look at him, the more I'm deciding he's my dream person.
She's just his Ghislaine Maxwell, dude. That's what she is.
Let me see what this.
They got the same banks.
Oh wow.
Honestly,
Oh my.
This
not
is
bad
very.
for him. Not
You know
bad
what?
for him.
Do you realize how happier they are than us?
Party with Big Mac. I know it is. It's he looks like the retarded John Lennon. It's like-
He really does.
what if he was in a group of Big Mac eaters and she ruined it? And they all resent her?
The record originally had 4 guys.
Yeah.
I respect him, man. I like this couple. I think she's a good 30 years older than him. It looks like.
Really?
I don't know.
These are people you can't gauge age.
You really can't.
They could be 70. I mean, they're eating Big Macs every day.
He's
They
eight-
could be 25.
He's aging really well for someone who's eating Big Macs
Well,
every day.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. In the documentary, I remember he only eats the Big Mac.
One Big Mac?
So it goes to show, like, the fries, the drink, all the other.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
eat one stupid burger.
Yeah, you're
It's
fine.
like-
He's
Yeah.
pretty
It's
much
the
in
soda
keto.
that gets you.
soda, yeah.
This is what he's telling somebody right now
Yeah.
in the
It's the
restaurant.
soda that gets you.
Person's tying a noose with their tie.
You take out that middle bun, you're doing keto.
yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah.
good for him. I'm glad he's living a life worth
Yeah,
his,
man.
you know?
Oh yeah, he's driving a dog car from Dumb and Dumber.
Call me crazy. I mean, we're sitting in a studio in the hood in East LA, and we're all unsuccessful podcasters. I still think we have a better life than that guy.
You think so?
I
Good
do.
for you. That's
I do.
a really
I'm
positive
positive.
attitude you
I'm
have.
very positive. I'm
Well,
going to go out on a limb here. I like
ignorance
my
is
life,
bliss,
my
though.
choices more than Don.
He doesn't know
Don-
anything but that though.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the king of Wisconsin.
I mean,
He's
he's
like, I'm on
been-
the goddamn news.
I was in Super Size Me.
Yeah.
I'm locally famous.
Yeah, his IMDb is longer than mine, so
Yeah.
That's
good for him.
true.
If he
Yeah.
wanted to go headline clubs right now over us, he could do it in a heartbeat. People would be more likely to be like, "Hey, I'll go see the guy who
I
was
would-
in Supersize Me."
I would give up my dates just to watch that happen.
Fuck, this is
just to see that.
this is destroying me right now. You guys are right, actually.
Yeah.
He does have a better
Completely
life
right.
than us.
Yes.
He has a
The
better
fact
life faith in
we
us.
strive for anything is
no.
killing us.
Yeah. I know.
We know what we want. Like, we have people we could look at and be like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has, it's none of that.
There's
for him.
not even anybody else. There's not even like a Guinness Book of Records for most Whoppers. He's the only guy in his category.
Does he have a Burger King rival?
He's got,
I
no,
wonder.
I don't know.
I don't think so, man. I think once you see a guy's got 30,000 Big Macs up, you're not even gonna try.
I wonder if there's like a Whopper guy that like they have like a little.
He killed him.
Yeah.
This little fast food
Yeah.
enthusiast crime on crime.
Buried him in the pink slime, dude. He turned him into big slime.
The guy died once Burger King introduced the 10 nuggets for like 75 cents.
Dude, I miss those days. The 10 nuggets for 75 cents.
Dude, we talk about Burger King so
Burger
much
King
on this
fascinates
podcast.
me.
Yeah,
Because I don't know how it's still going. Like,
it's a very like psychedelic infused restaurant where they're like they really are like there's no logic to anything.
It doesn't
they're
make
doing.
any sense. They're really on their last legs. Like
Every-
the one by
you said
me,
that,
they
yeah.
sell bags of ice now. Like they're just like, I don't know, no one's eating the food. Let's just like freeze the
We'll
water.
put a little
I guess.
Dippin' Dots cart.
It's literally like they're selling like firewood. And,
Yeah.
You want to reload? You want to reload your phone card?
Yeah,
Go ahead and
exactly.
pop through.
We have matches that light anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like those like Taco Bell KFCs. It's like Burger King Cricket Wireless.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You could get a tropical fish.
They've
Burger King bail bonds
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, they've adopted the strategy of a guy raising money for his team. You know, like where he's like, I sell candy bars and watches.
At
And
gas stations.
we're trying to raise money for our team, Burger King.
Yeah, they're basically a tamale lady at this point.
Yeah.
But they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They kill it still.
Yeah. It's definitely an exclusively shady man's
It's probably a
food.
laundering front for McDonald's.
Yeah.
They just run Burger King to clean their money.
to make it. Yeah.
They got rid of the king.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
was the defining, like when I was a kid, like you wanted to get their shitty food. Just
Was there
'cause
a
of those-
reason?
It's got to be like a woke thing, right? Like some kind
Yeah,
of
I bet.
That's what I was wondering if there's like a patriarchy thing.
some kind of a. They're going to bring in some kind of a burger queen at
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
point.
Yeah, Lizzo.
Yeah, Amanda Seals.
Burger Queen.
Four mustard Oreos for $1.
I mean, I don't have too much allegiance to the king, to be honest. I don't want to go crazy defending the man, but it's got to be that. There's no other reason why they would have gotten rid of him.
Burger King's also the fast food of all of them that always made me sick instantly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There was that Burger King across from like Echoes.
Uh-huh.
Every time I was like, whatever, late night, I was getting some Burger King. I felt it like horribly ill.
There's a Popeyes on Hollywood Boulevard that's done me dirty like 7 times. I learned my lesson the 7th
There are
time.
certain places like Popeyes is a place that I've just never been. It's like Timothy Chalamet where I'm like, that's just not for me.
I take
don't know
phone
what it
books to
does.
my
Yeah,
ribs
yeah.
before I go in.
You're like when Omar goes to jail in The Wire.
I've noticed that city fast food kind of like a Wendy's in the city. I don't know what's going on. It's not a Wendy's, but you go to a Wendy's on like a road trip. It's like a wonderland.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
It's really
Well,
nice.
it-
Like
especially in LA, the fast food employees spend 50% of their shift fighting homeless people.
Yeah.
Like just bare knuckle boxing homeless people to stop shitting in the ball pit. So some of that energy just gets decreased and you don't have food making energy. You know what I mean? Like you go to Wendy's in Nebraska, all they do is make fucking 4-piece chicken nuggets. They've
Right.
nailed it. Here, they're doing a lot of work. They're doing
Right.
that. They're fist fighting Uber Eats drivers who are
Yeah.
fucking grabbing whatever they can do. I mean, it's fucking chaos.
Yeah, the Wendy's, where I grew up in Atlanta, and that was like the black fast food restaurant. Everybody went to Wendy's.
Really?
And like, yeah, I had a lot of friends who worked there, and it was just like, I have to fight with every single person. Like there is something wrong with every single order. And the line just took forever. It'd be like around the block. That's why when in Atlanta, when they burned down the Wendy's in the BLM protests, because that's where the black guy was murdered in the parking lot. I was like, this all is like it adds up. It's a perfect story. Like it had to be a Wendy's. Of course it was a Wendy's.
what a beautiful time that was.
I know.
When everything was burning down. Honestly, I loved it. It was so entertaining.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Richie and I worked at a weed place, like a startup called Genius Fund or whatever. And it was a comics like ran really nice, looked like an Apple store. We
Right.
worked there for like 2-3 months. Richie and I always get jobs. where it's
Yeah,
like,
why do you-
it's always like a business that's on its way out. Like
Right.
we can tell, so we're like, they're not gonna make us do anything.
Right.
You're going bankrupt in like a week.
Yeah.
It feels like they get a 2-for-1 deal with you. I feel like you guys both work for one.
We
for
literally literally, it's unbelievable how many jobs we've had where we literally come in at the same time. It's like a tag team.
Yeah.
And then it always crumbles.
You're
We
the
had another
opposite of
place.
bar rescue.
Yeah.
We worked at a delivery company called Schlepp and Fetch, and they went bankrupt like 6 months after Richie and I started working there. We didn't get like our last like 3 paychecks. The guy like hightailed it to Florida, the owner. But anyway, we worked at this place, and it's like on Melrose, really nice, you know, this new MacBook store weed type place.
Yeah, sure.
And we worked in the back, and then we had our own van, and we'd wait for these orders. It was a terrible idea. Like they had weed in kiosks like all throughout LA, and we can get it to you in 5 minutes.
Like an Amazon locker?
Yeah. And you order it, and then we were supposed to pull up like in the van, like right here, and it was like there's traffic. It's like 5 p.m. and WeHo. It's like, what are you guys idiots?
Yeah.
No one's getting their weed on time at all. I think the first day we got an order, I get in the van, I back it into the wall.
Sure.
I crashed the van like the first day. Anyway, we used to have these jokes that I was so bad at the driving that I would one day drive it through the front of the store.
Right.
And we would die laughing about it, right? One day in the middle of the riots, I'm watching TV, and they're on Melrose, and a guy drives his car right through the glass of the same place we worked at.
But that was more of a heist, right? That wasn't a whoopsie.
It was just, it was just George Floyd rage. I don't know what the point was, but somebody just drove their car through the fucking...
Yeah.
That's probably an insurance scam that some Armenian was pulling. Where he's like, somebody stole my car during the riots and drove it into a building.
He has a ski mask on. He's running out the store.
Also, like part of, little inside joke. Part of the joke, because we went through all this training. Like it was like so much training
they
for the
put us through, like, a
stupid
lot.
weed job. Like whatever. So then the joke also is that Devin drives through the front, and then we're like, was I not supposed to park here? You didn't tell us that in
The
training.
joke was that I get out and I'm like, there's some learning curves we have.
It's a learning curve.
I don't remember that being covered in the training.
The best part would be like after the crash, you get out and then you like lock it and it goes beep beep.
I toss the keys to my boss, I clock out.
See you tomorrow.
I signed up for Postmates when I first moved here, and every trainer was a comic that I knew. Like who was training? I knew
Trained
everybed.
for Postmates?
Yeah. You
What?
got-
Oh, that's
used to.
the old
They
thing.
yeah, it was
That's when they
2015.
cared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
now
what-
they're like, immediately, here's a gun, get started. Like,
I literally stole at least 1,000 orders from Postmates and Uber Eats. in the
Yeah.
span of,
Nothing?
like,
Heard nothing?
3.5 years. No, it's a fake.
Yeah.
Completely fake.
it's a racket.
Yeah.
Uber Eats, I would get the order. I would wait all day, and then I'd get like a big catering order or something, and I'd be like, "Well, this is mine." And then I would just call the Uber Eats hotline. I'd be like, "My car broke down. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do." And they'd be like, "Oh my god, so thank you. Just get back out there when you can." And I'm like, "I will." And I hang up, and then they pay you for the distance too. So I would always take big orders that were like going far away. So I'd get it would be my bonus for the day. Like I get $20 and I get free
And a meal.
dinner.
Yeah.
Thousands. I don't even know if there's a statute of limitations. I've talked about this a lot publicly, but it was insane.
Every day.
Every day.
There
Every
was
single
never one conversation like, hey, maybe, your car is not built for this job.
Nope.
Never
Nothing.
once.
Sometimes
no,
I'll-
because it's a different person. They're so retarded and they're making so much money off Uber and all their other shit. Uber Eats is just a small thing to them. Like whatever, I don't care. That they don't track like who is calling or your phone or your account or anything. I was shocked once I realized that. Dude, I was a complete thief.
Pandora's box.
It opened up everything.
Yeah.
That's
You had 30,000 Big Macs.
I was calling my girlfriend, be like, "You want dinner tonight?"
Yeah.
And then I would like go to nice restaurants and just like, "I'll take an order from an Italian restaurant tonight."
Yeah.
if you go to the place, because I used to drive for Uber Eats as well. If you go to the place and you go, hey, I'm here to pick up this order, but you don't start the order, you just take that's just your food.
Classic.
Right,
That's
right,
a classic.
Yeah, that was a
That's
classic one we did.
You take it, you walk away, it's yours, and then the restaurant just has to make it again. I mean, and they get paid. It's not like they don't get paid.
Exactly. That's why I never felt guilty because
Yep.
a couple times I was like, "Oh, these poor people."
Yeah, like,
and then
no, I'm
no,
scamming-
they still make the money.
Yeah.
I'm scamming the guys who are trying to scam me out of
Right.
my time and mileage.
Yeah.
Did you ever use the timer to steal?
I love the timer.
Oh, how's the
Love
timer?
the
I love this.
You
Okay.
all right, so you call them, but then you hang right up. And sometimes you got to do it a couple times to get it
Yeah.
rigged. the timer will come up to be like, oh, did they not answer? We'll start the timer, and after 7 minutes,
Yeah.
you can cancel the order. So they got like
Right.
a 2-second call from a random number. Probably think it's a robocall.
Yeah.
You start the timer
Yeah.
and just wait.
It's classic.
And
I did that
Perfect.
constantly. I would do
Yeah.
that on the drive over. It'd be like a 20-minute drive, and I'd be like, you got 8 minutes to come
Get
get
out
your
front.
food. You got 8 minutes to run to my car in mid-city. Because it's mine.
One time I took an order to downtown. I didn't realize where it was going. Right outside Staples. And I did that, started the timer as I'm just slowly stuck in traffic driving by the like hotel she was at, like
Yeah.
wherever she was at, and just like watching it count down. I was like, bye bye, and that's that. Just
I would
kept on
drive in
going,
circles around
got
their
right back on the
apartment, and then I'd
freeway.
see them walk out and be like, too late, a second stop. I'd drive right off. I didn't care. They treat you like such
I
shit.
know.
You
Yeah,
make
yeah.
nothing.
They don't
you use
tip.
your own gas. Nobody tips. I
Right.
just turned into this evil person.
Just a degenerate.
It got to
yeah.
the point where I would just drive over to like Sweet Green. I'd be like, I'm gonna eat healthy today. I didn't even have an order for Sweet Green. I would just go to the lunchbox thing, and I'd look at my phone and be like, oh, this is them. And
yeah.
I literally last week was talking about. I did the exact same thing. Just grabbed it. moved
you
the
did talk
fuck
about
on.
that last week.
They're fucking a poisonous company. They don't make any money. By the way,
I love moralistic shoplifting.
they all-
I love when
I
people
know.
start spinning it like they're
You
doing
go-
the Lord's work when
you
they're
know,
stealing.
when you smash in the window during a riot, it's the insurance company that pays for it, not us.
Yeah, we're like mafia guys.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, don't worry about it. Insurance will take care of it.
Yeah, we're getting Warren Buffett. We're not getting this fucking guy. It's like you already get it.
Yeah, I know. I made a living shoplifting from Walmart's. Like I made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was telling myself, you know, I'm like a Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what I mean? Like I'm a really good guy for doing this.
I felt like that anytime I've backed into a BMW and bailed because it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
it's about right.
I love cutting off nice cars.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
just like almost getting them into an accident. I'm like, your life's fine.
This podcast is going to be played at a deposition in 6 years. All of us will be sitting quietly.
Well, speaking of
I
and
steal from
it-
Target all the time.
sure, yeah.
Once they have the self-checkout, I'm like, all right, this is fair game.
Where do you think
I
the
guess.
studio
What
came
is-
from?
I killed the guy one time. One time, we're just getting more and
Yeah.
more serious with the crimes we're
Just want to see life leave their eyes, you know?
I hit him.
I backed into him.
But it was a Walmart. I'm stealing from the rich and
Yeah,
feeding
he was
the
a white
poor.
man. Don't worry.
And it won't be Depp and Amber Heard. It won't be glamorous.
Yeah, no,
it'll
no,
be
no.
sad. We won't be able to afford attorneys.
This is going to be
It's
one of
gonna be
those.
bad.
This is going to be one of those cases where garnishment is on the line. Where they're going to
yeah.
garnish our wages forever.
I just had a garnish scare today because I was like, why is my fucking tax return not come in? And I was like trying to figure out what if I was getting stolen for debt I didn't know about.
Oh yeah,
Turns out the IRS is just fucked right now, and
Yeah,
everything
they're
is
completely swamped.
yeah.
right? That's a good thing for us, right?
Yeah, they owe billions of dollars that they just don't have that they need to give us.
That's why everything's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's terrible. Babies don't even have like food. I don't even
I
know what's
know.
going on.
I don't know
I'm
either.
gonna steal, and
Yeah,
I don't care anymore.
When I was made my first delivery with Postmates, my first day on, I was on the 101 and this woman cut in front of me and slammed on her brakes so I would hit her. And then she came out and was like, "Ay!" holding her neck. And then when the cops came, I was like, this woman cut me off, slammed on her brakes, and then came out screaming about her neck. And she goes up to the cop and she's holding her neck and he goes, "Shut up." Right to the
Shut up, you fucking gypsy.
he just tases her immediately.
I had never been on the positive side of a police interaction before. I was like, this is fucking nice,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
you were talking about getting your paycheck late. You know, you're a dirtbag if you worry about the companies, the banks that they do business with.
Right.
Do you ever you go wait for a return and you're like, oh, hold on, TurboTax uses Bank of America. I owe Bank of America $5,000.
Yeah, I'm in bad standing with them. Yeah. Who do you guys use?
That's how I have a lot of I have a giant chart in my room of who uses what banks and what banks I owe money
This,
to.
this is like the loser version of moving assets around. You're like, I got to move a few things
Yeah, yeah,
around.
yeah.
I'm cash poor. I'm also just poor.
I got some debt that came in.
I have some offshore debt. You know how bad everything is that Arco is has signs where they're like, we take credit now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, pay us later. I know you got to get to work.
I just paid it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Arco was always fucked. I would
They
always
never
go
had
there.
the debt. It was always debit. And I'm like, oh, that's a sign of a
Yeah,
bad thing.
I laughed my ass off because earlier today they're talking about Netflix fired 100. You see that?
Yeah,
Netflix
yeah.
fired 150 people or whatever, and they're losing money. And it's like, did you guys just do like a giant $10 million festival like a week ago?
Easy.
Like
10 million easy.
This is such a fucked. It's so fucked that within 1 week of this giant festival, they're like, also, we have no money.
Right.
Well, then you should have been promoting. You made us all feel bad for not participating in a failure company.
Yeah. They just bumped up when they're going to kick all the accounts off that you're sharing. They were supposed to do it in 2023. They're going to do it in like a month now. They're like scrambling. Somebody's collecting on them.
Yeah. Because
for like 15 years, they were just racking up debt and nobody was collecting. And all of a sudden now it matters.
Russian money, I'm telling you. That's what they
the
say.
oligarchs.
That's what a weird customer service representative told me when I was trying to get a car loan.
It's a real indictment of stand-up, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we let Pete Davidson do 10 minutes. We're bankrupt.
Receipt paper flying everywhere.
There's a guy like losing his mind.
Amanda Seals, fuck, why'd I do that?
Well, we were doing great, and then the Black Lady sketch show did a set.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if Netflix's endgame has just become Quibi.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Quibi, man. They're going to fail.
Yeah, dude. You know how
guess
that
they
festival
are, yeah.
worked, though? The Improv told me that they were like, hey, can we put this red box on your stage for a week?
Yeah.
That was essentially the festival. And then you could put Netflix as a joke, comma, or colon, presents, the Improv or whatever.
I assume they paid everybody, though. They must have paid
I
all
did
of these
3 of
places
those
out.
shows.
No, they didn't pay your dumbass.
No.
Your
No.
dumbass showed up for free to work, but they paid the people who put
No, they were paying them in like exposure type deal, like where it just made it look more slick. No.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So
They
we
just-
all fought to compete, to be in a failing company. That was essentially what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't even. I'd show up and find out I was doing it. I had no idea.
So the people that had the ones on YouTube that are like on...
There were events.
They got paid,
There was
right?
different events. Yeah. But I know that when you're just doing a shitty show at the Improv, there'd be a red box on the stage, and it would say presents, but there was no affiliation really, other than that box.
I legitimately don't do any. Do you guys watch at all any Netflix? Are you Netflix people at all?
I use it for I just like rewatching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah, exactly.
One
the
show or
French
two
Connection
shows.
on there. I'll watch that.
One thing.
Yeah.
The
buy those.
staircase, I'm like, it's the owl.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Seinfeld's on there now. I'll check
Yeah,
that out.
Seinfeld, yeah. I don't watch
Okay,
new shit.
I will never watch a new thing again.
Same. Occasionally, I'll watch a Dinesh D'Souza does like a. I like those documentaries where just nobody watched it but me. I'll watch an occasional one of those, but I'm done. I don't really. It's too overwhelming of an experience for me. I mean, I know that's like a hack thing to say, but it is just that's what I like about YouTube. YouTube just kind of spits it all at you and kind of radicalizes you without you knowing.
I watched TV the way I used to read. When I was a kid, I would only read books from the classics because they stuck around, so I trusted them.
Yeah.
But I don't with TV shows and stuff. I'm like, it's gonna take me 20 years to watch Ozarks or whatever.
Ozark's retarded anyway.
Yeah, unless you have the Honeymooners, I'm out. I only watch the classics.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I Love Lucy.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Just
that's
watch that.
it.
People tell me Ted Lasso. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even.
I don't know.
Where is that even on?
I don't know.
Apple's the one though that when I work at an office situation, like a temp thing, that Apple TV shows is what all the lamest people who walk around being like, getting my steps in for the day. That's what they watch.
Apple Watch. They watch it on the watch.
Yeah,
No, like the Apple TV shows are the ones that everyone in offices are talking about.
Yeah,
Like
The ones who
Ted
grow the
Lasso.
mustaches in whatever month you're supposed to grow a
It's,
mustache.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like the
November.
mainstream yuppie app.
Yeah.
The morning show with Steve Carell and
Morning
everyone's
show.
getting raped. All the women are getting raped. We all remember the Me Too movement, don't we, everyone? Hey, watch out next time you watch Rachel Maddow. Just know she was groped backstage. And she
Steve
lies
Carell.
to you about Russia or some shit. It's awful. Every show is horrible.
It
Let's
really
be
is.
honest. There's nothing
Yeah,
good.
no.
It's Better Call Saul, Succession, and
Better Call Saul's
Atlanta
over.
sometimes, and Better Call Saul's ending,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah.
Atlanta's kind of getting a little.
I haven't seen the new
Little,
season.
eh,
but
you know.
Yeah.
Everything's.
Yeah.
Everything's white people's problem.
It's
now.
Right.
It really is.
They
I
got
liked
some-
Righteous Gemstones. That was another
That's a
one.
good show.
Yeah.
Anything Danny McBride does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But again,
They're
it's,
the last guy who's allowed to be funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Danny McBride.
Oh,
Dude,
him
he
and
just
Larry
has
David.
a compound, I think, in Nashville, and he makes all the shit on his own. With
It's all isolated.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Larry David's allowed to still be funny. He just chooses not to be.
Can we be honest? Curb is not good anymore.
I like the new season. The season
like
before
it,
I didn't
yeah.
like it, but if you watch the newest
I
season,
like the watermelon
Here and there.
episode.
Yeah, the
That was
watermelon
funny.
one was
Yeah.
funny. The MAGA hat one was okay,
Yeah,
like in
it's
a
moments.
season ago. I guess,
I've been
but-
out.
I'm realizing I don't even remember
Dude,
it.
there
I
was
can't even defend it.
I remember I knew it jumped the shark when like there's an episode where Larry goes to like a funeral and like a woman's crying and he's like, like, would you shut up? And I'm like, oh, what a classic social convention that drives Larry crazy.
Right.
People crying at funerals.
Such a hate on people mourning the dead. What a bunch of they're so annoying.
He's like all of us.
Right.
You know?
Him fucking Tracy Ullman for an entire series just to get a law changed for his pool is funny to me. 'cause I really like him embracing the richness.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like every comedy show, they're inexplicably rich and it's never addressed.
Right,
You know, and I like that he just hugs it and embraces it. And that shit's funny to me. And Tracy Ullman is a pig in that show. It is so funny.
I love that he's having a problem with fucking an age-appropriate woman.
Yeah. It's like it's hard for him. He can't get
He's
it.
disgusted by it.
Maybe it sounds like it got better when I stopped. When I stopped.
Basically.
Yeah. The new
I
season's
heard that's how it
funny.
ended, but I didn't actually watch the finale.
Yeah. He just starts dating a city council member to get a law change for pools.
All right.
That's classic Curb.
Yeah.
That's a classic Curb.
I've been out. Yeah, I've been out 6-7 years. I'm strictly a YouTube guy. I'm just watching
YouTube's the
amateur, like just documentaries about
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
comedians from 32 years ago.
I'm right there with you. I watch Beige Frequency,
Beige Frequency.
Porcelain. I love them all. Just some guy breaking down like Brendan Schaub's entire life.
Yeah,
Beige
guys are
frequency.
too scared to try something, so they just shit on
Yeah,
the
they
douche.
just the guy with a British accent.
Yeah.
Who's like a psychopath.
Yeah, guys who couldn't cut year one of open micing, they're like, now we hate this. Yeah,
I watched one of I think it was Beige Frequency. It was like on I think it was Bryan Callen allegations, and his whole case in it. I was like, he should be sued for this because his whole case was like, you know, he was accused of rape, which is something I can imagine Bryan Callen doing. That was like the evidence. Everything he said over and over again. He goes, and I could totally see him doing this. And I'm like, how is this legal?
Yeah, is this the guy who this guy also accused Freddie Gibbs of raping him in his dreams?
Same
Girl in
guy.
Croatia.
You know what? I'm sure he's right. I'm sure he's right, but I don't know how you can say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I mean, we just did an episode kind of. We watched The Great Gringo Poppy, the new Brendan.
Oh
Schaub.
yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah.
it just kind of turned into a big shit, you know, just us shitting on all of him. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Dalia,
You know what's
Cameron.
funny about that
friends and-
special?
So I'm like, I don't know, maybe we can get sued. I don't fucking
Nothing.
know. But
I got pranked with
Not
that
yet.
special in the best way. So, like 3 years ago, I was recording a podcast with Preacher Lawson, and I said in the podcast that I could punch harder than him, just trolling, and he lost his mind. And we brought the cameras in, and he filmed. He had somebody hold a punching bag, see who punched harder, and he was so competitive about it. And then I was like, "Yeah, no shit. Of course you can punch harder than me. Look at you and look at me." And he's like, "You were fucking trolling me." He's like, "Oh," he goes, "I'm gonna get you back." 3 years later, he texts me and he goes, "You got to check out Gringo Poppy. It sucks for 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes, it gets really good." And so at like minute 11, Brendan Schaub makes some joke about being so white he gets a jar of mayonnaise. And I was like, oh, he fucking trolled me. And I called him. And he goes, "That's what you get for saying you can punch harder than me."
Oh my
3
God.
years he held on to that.
That's
Wow.
diabolical.
3 years.
He's the same guy that convinced Brendan to do comedy. Just to get back at you.
Piece of shit. He got a time machine. Bro, I built a time machine.
Preacher made me watch an entire Ray Romano special just as like, because he knew it sucked ass.
Are you talking about that most recent Netflix one?
Yeah, the Netflix, the one that's in New York.
I thought that one was great.
I liked it.
I like Ray Romano.
Everybody loves Raymond, dude.
Preacher should take some notes.
I'm gonna take a step back.
I actually thought that special was good.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Not enough act outs for me.
sure.
Ray Romano's like, so I'm driving.
You know when you drive.
That is my favorite 80s thing, the steering wheel being this big.
Yeah, everyone's a truck driver. in the 80s.
Yeah.
Let's get to, I want to get to this before I don't want to end the show without talking about this. Not that we're going to end the show, but I do want to talk about Jordan Peterson getting kicked off of Twitter. Do you go? Or he didn't get kicked off. He kicked himself off of Twitter. Did you guys see that already?
Yeah, but then he like did it. He
Back
kept
on.
coming back, and he can't take. He's
Yeah.
obsessed with it. He's like a little kid.
he really
is he back already?
Yeah, he immediately it was like 30 tweets.
Wait, is it like a thing where his like team is tweeting for him, or
He's
Go-
he's retweeting his own tweets without getting off. Like he's talking to himself. He's
100%.
He's in Shutter Island right
Do you
now.
really want to do this carnivore diet? Ramsey's thinking about eating like Jordan.
yeah, he's one of my bigger inspirations in life. But
I have liked him a lot.
I just ordered a 3-piece suit. I'm literally going to start wearing a 3-piece suit from now on when I do the show. I don't hate Jordan Peterson. I don't look. What the tweet itself, right? He got just to be clear, he got in trouble for tweeting that. What was? Can you pull the tweet up, Tyler? It was like the.
Sorry, not beautiful.
There we go.
Yeah.
No amount of authoritarian intolerance will convince me.
Sports Illustrated did
Apparently, it's Mark's fault that a fat girl's on a magazine.
The problem is she wasn't fat enough.
Yeah.
You shit on her. It's like she's not that.
Yeah.
No, that's white taste.
She's still fuckable.
She's very hot in every other race.
Yeah.
I don't care. Here's my thing is, unfortunately, when I see something like this, I can't even look at it sexually because I'm already annoyed with what Sports Illustrated wanted us to do. This is what they wanted, right? More than anything, they wanted everybody to argue about this online of whether she was hot,
Right,
or
because
not.
they're a fucking magazine in 2022.
Yeah, of course. And this is their whole MO. Is like let's get them all. I'm pissed off at Sports Illustrated for trying to drag my boner into their political
literally
culture war.
They
Like,
only
leave my
exist-
boner out of this.
They're
Okay.
completely supported by dentists. That's it. Every magazine.
Right. It's just for lobby.
Yeah, they're completely irrelevant.
Yes, the lobbyists support them.
Yeah, exactly.
The lobby.
Well, that is the problem, though. Like, he's just been so caught up in like tired of being told, like this, like, oh, that's not beautiful. Lizzo's not beautiful. Like, being fat is bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
That he chose this and he got a little ahead of himself because it's like, yeah, her face is nice.
Yeah.
Nice set of tits. She's just a little chunky, but it's like it's not offensive.
He's
Right.
a dork. Yeah, he's a
He's
dork.
just a dork.
He's an old white guy. He likes probably like super skinny, giant fake tits, bleach blonde hair. That's probably like Pamela Anderson is
like
probably
his daughter, who's
Yeah.
probably fine.
Yeah.
His daughter's a baby.
His daughter, they have like a phantom thread relationship.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just imagining her like poisoning him,
him.
his mushrooms.
Yeah.
And he gets sick. He goes, oh, Michaela, I need you tonight.
in defense of Jordan Peterson, which is a segment on the show. We do this segment. I have to on the weekly. I have to do a defense.
I play the
of Jordan.
sweeper. In defense of Jordan Peterson.
Everybody was trashing him. They're like, how could he talk about a female's body publicly? Well, she is on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, is that
like,
the fucking point?
It's kind of the point.
He also has an eating disorder. Like, does anybody have any empathy for that? And I know you like his diet, but it's basically anorexia.
Regardless,
Yeah,
he didn't trash some woman he saw in an Office Depot ad. Like, if he just got on like, hey, look at this fat bitch on the penny saver. What a gross bitch. That would be
know.
one thing. But it is a thing where it's her body.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you. It is supposed to inspire public discussion.
About a body.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
and let's be honest, there's no mechanics are putting that up in their fucking office.
Yeah, no.
You know,
You haven't
maybe
seen my office.
maybe in Atlanta.
Yeah. I think East LA too, dog. Probably, yeah.
Did you see the other covers? Because there's actually like 6 covers.
Show
right?
some more pictures.
There's also like Kim Kardashian was on one of them.
Okay.
And then another one was just an old ass lady who's the oldest lady to ever be.
That's
on the
redundant. So is Kim Kardashian.
So
She's an old ass lady.
They'd be on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, for that.
This new cover, there's an old woman on one of them.
Yeah, I got it.
let me
Right.
see
We
the
gotta
old
see
woman.
this. Who's this?
The old. Okay, so it's
That's
Oh, she's the lady from Succession.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she is.
yeah, she's got.
no, that's Elon Musk's mom, Maeve Musk.
No,
big
I,
fan.
I did think that was his ex-wife
No,
from
really?
Succession.
Yeah, that's Elon
Oh,
Musk's
I thought
mom.
that was Logan Roy's.
Oh.
yeah,
That's
that's
Elon Musk's mom.
that's Elon Musk's mom.
Didn't
Yeah,
Elon Musk's parents like own slaves?
Probably.
That'd be great. She's the first slave owner on Sports Illustrated.
Probably not, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, I imagine.
It used to be called Slave Illustrated. That's how it started.
Yeah, up until 2015.
Up
it was
until
pretty-
Branch Rickey integrated baseball.
Started as a Mandango publication, but slowly merged into other sports
So
What are the other
and
pictures
forms of competition.
yeah, I want to see. They got Elon Musk's mom in one of the minutes.
That's a weird one.
Okay.
Elon Musk's mom.
Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
did her a favor.
Nepotism.
Yeah, he bought Sports Illustrated too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Kim
so-
Kardashian.
just
That's just sick. That's awesome.
That's just
He
awesome.
bought Sports
Yeah,
Yeah,
Illustrated.
Kim kicks ass. Although her ass, she got too much done to her ass. Though.
I agree. The ass to me is, especially when it looks like that, is just unsettling.
It
to
was
me.
good like 5-6 years ago, and then she I think kept doing stuff, and it's just cartoonish. It looks.
I'm not fully sure what the giant ass is supposed to communicate to me on a biological level. Like big tits I'm supposed to see big tits and be like, that's can feed my child, but
It's
when the ass is like that, I don't really get it.
It's childbearing hips. It goes back to like the caveman days. Of the woman has like thick thighs. She won't die giving birth.
Yeah, but now their asses just look like they're impacted with shit. Like they're just
they do look like they take huge dumps.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yes.
fat shits.
Yeah. Which it does it for some people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the other one.
This is Sierra, I think.
Is that
Right?
Russell Wilson's
I
wife?
think it's Russell Wilson's
Okay.
girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take this
I
one.
think that's all of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Where was the other picture of the the fat lady?
You
another
mean?
No, he was
There was
saying.
no. Oh, there's
Yeah,
other
yeah.
women. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
It was just.
Oh,
the
there
other
was
one.
another picture of her.
I like how everybody who's doing anything is already famous. Like
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated models, like isn't that how you used to get famous?
Yeah,
I got on the cover. Now it's Elon Musk and fucking Sierra. And like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
That's like sexy thick to me, but on the cover it's a little like
Sure.
tighten it up.
Yeah.
I just think she's delicious looking.
Tyler
dude.
has been
I'm a big
jerking
fan.
off nonstop
Yeah,
to
she
this
is.
for several days.
I'd like to spray my yuzu all over her.
It bothers me how much Tyler is attracted.
You know
to
she
her.
has a super skinny boyfriend. That's how it always is.
Oh, I actually looked him up. Let me find.
What's her boyfriend look like?
He's a rail, isn't he?
No, he looks like a tech nerd with like a beard.
Sure,
Oh,
he's a
okay.
billionaire.
He looks like
yeah.
a normal guy.
What he probably now that probably explains why she's somewhere. I guarantee you he's a rich dude who's pushed her somewhere because I've never heard of this person before until today.
Yeah, and I've heard of all the other ones.
I follow them all.
I had to go search for her.
So Peterson is back on Twitter. He's not off Twitter ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the headlines were like he quits Twitter because he said he was, but he's been back on. Like,
Right.
last
Yeah, he's just
24
making a
hours.
stink.
Yeah. So he's like an involuntary shadow banned.
Yeah, basically.
It's
Yeah,
interesting
an
when he
incel of leaving Twitter.
It's interesting when he picks like outrage to get mad about, like because he's getting blasted constantly, and it's like which ones make you panic and which ones don't. I don't understand that.
Well, this one sparked a lot of people
Like
went
more than
nuts.
usual?
I think so. I think way more than usual because he
Just
went
giant
after
fat chicks are shitting
he
on
went
his
after
front door.
He went after fat chicks. I guess that's a contingency you can't go after.
Well, that's what happens. He started off like so. I was like into what he was saying. You know,
Yeah.
5-6 years ago.
Yeah,
I was like,
poning
he
people.
seems like a smart guy. Yeah, I like watching him pwn a purple haired girl outside of his school. But like,
I love those videos, bro.
What does pwn mean? I don't remember that.
Own, just
pwn,
the video
own,
game
dominate.
version of
You know,
own.
like,
Okay,
like
yeah.
Ben Shapiro destroys.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah, I love those. Ben Shapiro, guy who has a degree from Harvard, destroys community college student.
Who's late to class?
Community college student with a head injury. He has a Band-Aid on his head.
But Jordan Peterson was like harmless then, and then he starts, you start hating the people that hate you so much, and then the only people that accept you are like the Steven Crowders and
Yes.
the Dave Rubins.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, you can't do that. But then you start going on tour with those guys. Then you start adopting all their fucking ideologies, and now you're like upset. You care about like a chubby chick on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I know.
What's Jordan Peterson's gonna like kneel, like do it like
He
what
did-
Steven Crowder do? He like kneeled on
Yeah,
like
he
a George
recreated the
Floyd.
George
like that's
Floyd.
like crazy.
And then he didn't
Yeah.
even really recreate it. It was like
Is that what your problem with it was?
I was like, he wasn't even black.
no, I'm just saying he's a pussy, and he didn't do the real knee on the neck like was happening.
Oh, he had somebody kneel on him.
Yeah, it was
kneeling,
fake.
but it was
Yeah.
like
Totally
the kneeling was not represented.
Yeah,
like
it better have been. The other guy died.
Yeah,
so
I
of course
know.
it's gonna be fake.
I completely missed this. I didn't even know. When did he do this?
right after.
Oh,
It
wow.
was one of the most. It was really disgusting.
Yeah, it's truly
It was
gross.
Yeah.
disgusting.
He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
disgusting person. He really is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
really.
wild. Jordan Peterson just came out with a book though, right? So like, this is probably.
did he?
Yeah, I think he
Oh,
did.
Dude, it's
out with a
all.
sequel.
It's like 18 more rules or something.
Yeah,
None
yeah,
of the
yeah.
rules.
That's the thing is
I
that,
know.
and then now all of this is a publicity. Like, it's all publicity stunts. You don't know what's real, what's not.
Exactly.
Twitter. I don't
Right.
think
Yeah.
Elon was ever going to buy Twitter. I really am now like, I don't think he was ever going to buy Twitter. Like, now the deal is like going off the table.
Oh, is it?
It's like he's pulling back
He
on
pulled
it.
back the day after they accepted his bid.
He's doing shit on purpose that'll make him not want, that'll like go against the terms of like, it's all, you're
I
just.
don't like that. I was kind of excited that he was going to buy it.
I actually, I was stoked. Yeah,
Yeah, you love Musk.
I love
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Musk. Dude.
I don't understand the hate on that guy. I mean, yeah, he's a loser.
Yeah,
he at least is like doing good things.
It's so funny to call the richest man in the world a
He's
loser.
a huge loser. We'd all fucking flick him in the nuts in school. We would be like, "Hey, you're gonna be a billionaire someday.
Yeah, yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up."
yeah. You have to be a massive loser to do what he does.
Right,
but
right.
I mean, we talked about it on the show. It's just like people were complaining that the Saudi princes were no longer going to own Twitter. It just didn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Like
Somebody has to own it, and they're not going to. I mean, you don't get $50 billion without being a little suspect. So
Yeah, sure.
I never cared. That was one of those things I don't care. Elon Musk buying Twitter. There's nothing I couldn't say before he owned it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a desire to, I'm not, what's that guy's name? Steven, what's the fucking Nazi? He was all fired up because he was going to come back. The guy who got punched by the, which Steve? The Nazi.
It's not Steven. It's
Milo?
Richard Spencer.
Richard Spencer.
Richard
I knew it.
Yeah. Guys like that were really pumped that Elon, they were like, I can get back on. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just retweeting lineups that I'm embarrassed to be on. So I'm fine.
I mean,
it didn't matter who.
Truly, everybody should be allowed to be on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Trump's not on it, but like, isn't like ISIS on it?
Yeah.
Like,
I follow a lot of those ISIS accounts. Those guys tweet hard, dude.
is it in Arabic though?
No, sometimes they'll do it. They got their English versions of them.
Yeah.
They'll tweet some shit that I'm like, yo, this is pretty positive. Like some of the more positive things in my feed.
Well, I follow them.
I'm like, this is like,
They're like, sometimes you got to step out of the darkness and into the light. Like
It's
Instagram
true.
model caption.
yeah.
He's getting into the back of his Toyota.
Yeah, it's like behead the competition. You're like, all right, like this is what I'm talking about.
Who's the Iranian guy? Not
Khomeini?
Yeah, I agree with 90% of the shit he tweets.
Khomeini.ir.
Yeah, he's one of the he's one of the few accounts I follow. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love him. And every now and then, it's like every American woman's head will run with blood or whatever. And you're like, all right, I'll wait for the next one.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's pretty positive. Besides that stuff,
It's a weird precedent that they like set where it was like, okay, we'll let you guys have a civil war in the streets, just not on Twitter.
Yeah.
Maybe everyone could be getting it out on Twitter, and then there wouldn't be like in 2020 where people are making their own towns and like literal like kind of wars are going on.
Right.
Yes. Shooting up supermarkets.
let everybody on and get rid of algorithms.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the answer.
enough of the algorithm.
Like the algorithms are what radicalizing people. Me tweeting that like I think there should be some kind of genocide is not going to radicalize you. But when you get in an echo chamber, get rid of the algorithm.
The algorithm really single-handedly ruined society, and it's only been like 5 years. Like 2016 is when. Before 2016, I don't think any of us had ever heard of the algorithm before or any idea of it or no. But now it's made every aspect of my life infinitely worse by placating the stupidest people on the planet. Like comedy is horrible now because of the algorithm. Opinions are terrible because of the algorithm. It's like we're going after everything except for the algorithm. It's a really good point.
Yeah, it's true. It's literally made people's careers. Like it's made people famous, and they don't even know they were a thing. They're just like, I don't know. My computer loved me.
Yeah.
Now I have a career.
Yeah, now I'm at Carnegie Hall.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm at Carnegie Hall. I did a crowd work bit where I called a guy gay, and now I have 200 million followers.
Right. But now if you say anything other than the word gay, you won't get a single view.
You won't get one view.
You have to be. Everybody has to be one tone. You can't have any kind of diversity in your conversation.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's fucking
like people expect us to be a weed podcast now because we had one weed clip blow up.
Yes, yeah.
It's like, and it's like everything else is like, bring back the weed stuff.
You guys have wild shit on your podcast. What's the thing that popped off the most on your guys' podcast?
The Brennan Schaub thing most recently.
The Brennan Schaub thing got picked up by his insane subreddit.
So they went after
the homeless cats picked it up.
They kind of love
those cats.
So they're kind of the most critical comedy community out there.
Didn't you guys get in a feud with the entire DC?
Yes, that's actually I got permanently banned on TikTok because we were doing pretty well. We were posting clips and we were getting some traction. A couple months, 15,000 followers, blah blah blah. We did like this completely thinking nothing of it. One of the most harmless like
that's
clips
what it
we
always
posted.
is.
It's always the most harmless.
And it was just me saying like, oh, women in New York look like Rosario Dawson, women in LA look like Kim Kardashian, and women in DC look like Jim Gaffigan. That got
the Washingtonian,
this like DC like I guess Instagram account that people get their news from in DC picked it up and was like, it was like a lot of black women really upset, but I wasn't talking about. I was talking about like the frumpy, in
the politics
Washington,
world.
political people.
You were very specifically not talking about the black women. You were not saying black women look like Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, it was obvious, but all the black women in the comments are like, I know he ain't talking about me, honey. Like, and
I'm not, bitch.
They went crazy and just say like typical white man, you know, all that stuff. And then I think all these people in DC went to my TikTok and they reported it as like hate speech or violence, and I got permanently banned. Like, how does that? And I literally can't even make a new account because it's like attached to my phone.
Yeah, you got to get a different phone
I have to
number.
get like a new phone.
Yeah.
Did you ever see?
But before,
Did you ever see when Nick Mullen tried to see how fast he could get permanently banned on TikTok? He started a TikTok. He was permanently banned within 8 hours.
Sure.
The first video and the video that got him was he was like, let me show you a money trick. And he folded up dollar bills into a swastika. And he was like, this is how you keep Jews from stealing your money. Or whatever. And he got banned like right away.
Yeah, but that seems about right. I
And
mean,
he, like,
that doesn't sound like anything like what Devin did.
No. It was a
trying.
deliberate. Yeah, he was trolling.
Yeah.
He promoted it on his Instagram before he did it, like built it up, and then sent everybody over there and got kicked off immediately.
Hey, to be a retired 32-year-old.
I know.
I mean, it upset me for a little bit because I was just like, Jesus, because I was like, it was the one thing I was getting traction.
You have a
on.
burner phone for
Yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah, right.
I feel you.
It's so crazy because it was so harmless.
I know.
And then you go on TikTok and there's like 15-year-olds like showing their camel toe and
I know.
dancing and their tits are bouncing around. It's like, this is a disgusting app.
Yeah,
It was designed by China to make us all retarded so they could put us in camps easier.
There's a full, and I actually pulled the YouTube version of this up, but on TikTok as well, there is a full wormhole of just people shitting in supermarkets.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, YouTube especially.
Does it show the shit coming out of the asshole?
Bro, pull up a video right now.
You can't say women in DC are ugly, and I can watch shit come out of an asshole.
I'll literally show you. Click
I don't really want to, but
You will literally see full on shit fall out of
this
somebody.
is a trend.
Like, and this is on
Oh, that's
Tik-
exactly what she looked. Oh,
I tried to pause.
by the way, this is grocery outlet. I can tell by the layout.
No, they're just doing a thing for Ukraine.
She's Russian.
I tried to pause this at the right moment, but she poops so fast.
It's-
So if you're looking right now, there is poop on the ground.
It's
Yeah, I see it. I
I
see it.
see it.
Play the video. It's well worth
Yeah.
watching. You guys got banned off of TikTok. This is still on TikTok.
Still on TikTok.
This is on TikTok.
There's murders on TikTok.
Yeah, for sure. The cartel's on TikTok.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what that website.
The cartel is literally getting drug runners off of TikTok. Like they're promoting, they'll give you $1,000 if you bring this bag from like El Paso to Houston.
You guys sent me that page. I will do that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's literally happening right now.
I will happily do that.
I mean, it sounds like a hell gig, but who hasn't done a few?
Yeah.
I literally I drove down 45 minutes to perform in Long Beach yesterday for $0.
I write back, I'm like, have you guys seen gas prices? You should really raise this fee.
Yeah.
Like, cut my sister's head off.
hit play on this. I'm gonna watch this chick take a shit in the supermarket.
Get ready, it happens quick.
All right, here she is. All right, she's
Get ready.
Oh my god! What the
I
fuck?
love the music they put with it.
this is
Now
This is Amber Heard.
this is security camera footage. Did the grocery store post this?
it's gotta be.
Does the grocery store have a TikTok channel?
It's fair for the grocery store to do that. To be
Yes.
like, listen, if you're gonna
I also love the music in back.
Yeah.
If you needed any music, like, yo, this is a vibe.
shitting at grocery
Shitting
outlet,
at grocery outlet.
That's a vibe.
This is a vibe. I'm just a lonely stoner.
Oh my God.
You might have ADD if. Dude.
Yeah, dude, that angle is straight up security camera footage.
There's literally
Gross Out has a pop-in TikTok channel.
there's a less gross one. Can you pull up the one? It's like I think third on that list. There's one where
This one?
the one where she sits in the freezer section. It looks like
We'll see if this one.
she literally.
Southern Maryland.
Oh, this might not be it. This is a
Southern Maryland is.
this chick just got in
like
trouble
Eastern Shore.
for this, and what she did with
Okay.
At least she has a dress on.
what she did.
There's a perfectly good shitting bucket
Look,
right
check it out.
there.
She takes a shit. No, check it out. She takes a shit in her underwear.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
she sniffed her finger.
Well, I think she wanted to see what happened. Her move was
What
happened? She took her underwear off. I think she tosses it into that green bucket.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad the bucket. Yeah,
Check it out. She goes back. She realizes
she got those off quick.
Oh, she grabbed she grabbed the what's that called? A bandana to wipe her ass with.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Look, she kind of takes a look around.
Oh, you sick fuck.
Dude, this is me at work, dude.
Oh my
She
god.
gets rid of it. She got charged for like destruction of property or something.
She should get charged with just we don't need you.
You know, but that's
You know,
fair.
that's the charge.
I'm okay with what she did.
Wow.
I'm fully okay with what she did.
And she just keeps shopping.
Sometimes you got to
Yeah,
shop.
she keeps looking for her drink.
Of all people to have sympathy for this, Brian, I think it would be you.
Yeah, it's just shit's a weird line for me. You know, because I immediately think about the guy who has to clean that up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I was thinking about that
If,
myself.
if I
yeah.
have to choose where my empathy lies,
Yeah.
because it's
Someone's
not
gotta
like it's not like the owner of that corner. You know, it's just some guy. Well, he probably does own it, but he probably has $8 in his account. He's got to go clean up this shit.
Yeah.
Throw it on the sidewalk.
Sometimes you got shit, though. This is ultimately what this
Oh,
comes down to.
I've shit myself millions of times.
Yeah.
There's really no excuse to shit yourself and like not clean it up.
Yeah.
Like, if it's outside of a bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, I've blown up a few public bathrooms and just ran out.
Of course, but you're using a bathroom
yeah,
like a
I'm
human.
I don't know. There's somebody that handles this. Like, if I'm never at a bodega wiping my ass.
Yeah.
Like, not throwing away my
Yeah.
tissue.
This is messed up, but one time when I was in high school, I thought it'd be funny to take a shit on the floor in the bathroom. And I always felt bad about that for years because I knew the janitor who had to clean it up.
Oh.
Sure.
And then I saw him the other day on Facebook. He's dating a girl I went to high school with now.
Oh, so it worked out.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, his
happy.
life is going good.
That's
Yeah.
a classic, though. That happened a lot at my high school, too.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody would take a shit on the floor. all the
Yeah,
time,
same in my high school.
Oh, I thought you meant your janitor married.
Yeah,
somebody
no,
who was
yeah,
cool.
That was a lot. Janitors marry your sister.
Janitors have game, dude.
Yeah. To be real, like that's if you told me 15 years ago, like here's this janitor, what do you think his life is going to be like in 15 years? Marrying a high school chick is kind of like the best case scenario.
I mean, having all those keys makes you look powerful.
Yeah.
You know, having all those
Hey.
keys.
you make the girls think they're all to a different car.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all just to a different door here.
See that parking lot? Every one of those is mine.
Was the chick hot that he married, Tyler?
Yeah, she's pretty hot. Especially
kinda-
she's got some work done.
that
She
kinda
looks
rules.
pretty good.
Dude, I used to have I had a janitor who in elementary school he like would trick me and my friends into cleaning up for him, and he would give us a pizza party at the end of every single month.
He's been arrested. So.
yeah, dude.
Doesn't that seem like it should be illegal?
Yeah, I used to read books for pizza, but I never had to mop a floor.
No, he made us pick up lunch. He didn't make us, but he Huckleberry Finned us. Like, John, clean it up with so much fun during lunch. And we were like, dude, this is how fucked up. This is why you should never raise your kid ethnic in any capacity. I was so desperate for pizza on any capacity.
Oh, right.
I just didn't want to eat stuffed grape leaves again. I would do anything to not eat hummus and lentil soup. That was when
Just grab a mop
I would have blown and hit that janitor, Mike, for
for a
pizza
chicken nugget,
weekly.
slice of ham. Yeah.
Oh, dude, what a sad life I used to live.
When's the first time you had ham or any kind of pork? How
like
old were you?
20. I was like 23, 24.
23.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were doing something like?
Bro, it took me. It took me a minute to. No, maybe I was 22, but it took me some time to get used to.
Yeah. What'd you have?
Just like a pepperoni pizza.
Was it like immediately like life changing for?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like it was delicious. It made me,
His
happy.
sandals turned into closed-toed shoes.
Yeah,
right when he ate it.
My eyebrows separated.
Yeah, his carpet stopped flying.
His hair straightened. Yeah.
My dad loved me. It was great. Devin, you're like a quarter Lebanese.
I got some Lebanese in me. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I'm
If I was smart and used it, I'd have a better career, I guess.
Yeah, probably Christian Lebanese.
I've always
right?
wanted to put like a squiggly line over the
Yeah.
end or something.
The Syrian or the Lebanese flag in your
Yeah,
profile.
just something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do, but I don't care. I don't care about people's where they're from.
Yeah.
I hate when people
You didn't get any juice out of that bombing, that port bombing? In Lebanon?
Nah, you got that.
No.
Oh.
I have really no respect for people that like lead with their identity.
Yeah.
So
know.
I have a hard time using them.
Well, I actually I used to like talking to Devin about this a long time ago because Devin, I don't know if you hated him, but Devin had, real feelings towards was it your grandpa? Is that what he is? Or?
Yeah. My grandpa's family members, like at family reunions,
Can you tell the story to Bryan about him playing the kazoo at a party? Do you remember this? Do you remember telling me this or no? Because
No, I think it was a joke that I made up.
Oh, was that a
something.
man?
I can't remember, but I do.
you were just
It was something where it's like Arab people. I have an Arab blood, but I don't they're not fun people, and I
Yeah, I
don't
feel like you were
care
telling me about how,
them really
how unfun they were.
because like you'll never see like an Arab guy like use a kazoo, like have a good time with
Right,
them.
right, yeah.
You know, like has a Middle Eastern guy ever just had a Pepsi and relaxed? Like, do they ever stop with the? It's so intense that I'm like, I don't care about my family members. That was the joke, basically.
Oh man, I didn't mean to Byron Allen you. I'm sorry,
No,
dude. I
it's
thought that was.
okay.
I really thought. I'm like, I thought there was a kazoo story.
Something about like Sabra hummus, like that's like Sabra's the fun hummus.
Yeah,
And
Israeli, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Exactly why it's fun. It's exactly why it's fun. There was a Middle Eastern hummus.
yeah.
You'll get fucking.
I have a friend who won't go near Sabra hummus.
Sabra's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like
There's like
it's
M&Ms
gross.
in the hummus.
What is that? Is that?
Where's that? Is that coming from the computer?
No, the computer's muted.
Oh, is one of
Oh,
those.
you hit
thing,
that. Yeah, this is one of those preload. Remember we were doing the
Yeah.
FM radio. Welcome to the show. We're doing Welcome to Worst Hour Pod. It's partly cloudy, light chance of rain. We're giving away free tickets to Sierra tonight.
Ramsey's gonna pay your bills.
Up next, the War of Roses.
Our show, they should call in and pay our bills. Truthfully, all of the people who listen to the show have way more money than all of us combined.
That is true. Ramsey does like a deep dive on all our Patreon people. And they're all like,
I do a background check.
Yeah, they're like surgeons and bankers and shit.
That's always interesting to find out who's helping you.
Yeah. We're being funded by George Soros. All
I'm
of
ready to
us.
turn the air conditioner on and just edit it out.
Yeah, leave it on. Who gives a shit? It's fucking hot as balls. in
Caller
here.
18 buys me a year's worth of gas. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I don't know what that song is, but it hasn't gotten struck down yet once.
No,
on
no.
YouTube.
It must be some kind of a song he gave out for free.
I just assumed it was Pitbull. That's what I think Pitbull
It
sounds
came
like in my head.
preloaded with the board, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's a used board.
Oh, okay. Somebody else.
I've been using a lot of like copyrighted songs, and it usually doesn't block your video. They just give them. You can't monetize your video.
Yeah, exactly.
I make no money.
Jokes
on
on
it
them.
anyway, so I don't
Yeah.
care.
I'm losing at the
Our biggest problem was that ISIS song. That would get struck down immediately. We play a song that it's not an ISIS song, but ISIS is a big fan of the song. They use it.
Yeah, it's called the Nasheed.
Yeah, it's a great song. yeah, but like it gets struck down a lot.
Yeah.
Instantly. I don't know why. Who's listening to that?
They got good lawyers.
They have good lawyers. Those guys.
Really good lawyers. Cutthroat lawyers. They would say,
Hey, folks. Wait, I think I have. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's not on there anymore.
Ramsey, what are you technically?
I'm
from what?
Which one of them?
What towel do your people? What shape?
I'm
How do you
Palestinian.
orient your red, black, and
Palestinian.
green?
Yeah, I'm the one. That's as you can see. That's why I've made it so far in this business. I'm the one that's super advantageous in this town. I'm the one.
Holy
the
shit.
one ethnicity that only hurts. Doesn't do
right.
nothing but hurt.
How much of the the conflict have you had to have moments in your life where you're like, I have to stop getting passionate about this?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like they just killed that journalist, and she's obviously wearing press. It's like an obvious just we're gonna
And
kill
Christian.
you, and and
Most importantly.
if you really looked into it on a day-to-day basis, you'd become a bomber.
I
Like,
stopped. Yeah, I stopped giving a shit 15 years ago, maybe, or something like that. But at this point now, people try to rile me up more than I really care.
Yeah.
Because people are always like, you should give, like, hey, have you heard about this thing? I'm like, oh, yeah, but they got us again. Like, I don't, like, who fucking cares? We're the Washington Generals. Like,
We
who
talk
fucking
about
cares?
a lot about how people love to use Palestine as a reason to not care about anything else. Like the move is until Palestine's free, I won't care about blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like the wokest thing to do. Be like, I don't care about Ukraine. You want me to fix that real quick?
no, this is fine. This is comfortable.
Tyler guy. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this guy up soon. Anyway. That's how you know we have to wrap this podcast up. Our studio starts to fold in on itself.
Right. Yeah.
We actually have
I don't even know what he's
Tyler,
doing.
stand here the remainder of the.
Tyler, just screw it in without putting the mic in it first.
we reach a point in this podcast where our furniture starts sweating.
Yeah.
This used to happen to us all the time. We were just like, fuck it. Just everyone holds the
Yeah.
mic.
Yeah.
Again, back to what we were talking about at the beginning. It's truly like we spend way more time just screwing things together and plugging things and buying cables and
I know. I can't fucking think half the time because I'm worried about all the equipment.
because you exactly you're
Richie and I, we couldn't build our studio or do anything without we were like, well, we have to get some Adderall.
Yeah.
We had like no genuine ambition. We're just like, I'm not gonna put in a fucking carpet
I know.
and like drag stuff in. It
Yeah.
just
Paint.
sounded like such a nightmare. And then you're like, for nobody listening at the beginning, it is such a you know, it's just so depressing at times.
Yeah. We should mention, by the way, and I'm going to plug you guys. We're going to do like a little separate intro where we kind of set you guys up properly. But be sure to check out Hate Watch. Is that the name of the channel, Hate Watch?
It's my name, Devin Costa, but the podcast is called Hate Watch with Devin Costa.
We'll put it in the show links. It's a great show. You guys are always rebel rousing. You guys are always doing. You guys are the only other show around here that reminds me of a early 2000s FM radio show.
Yeah. Hey,
You guys brought in like a fighter midget one time. And
yes, we like to do a lot of gags and maybe start some beefs or whatever.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Opie and Anthony.
Yeah,
Me too.
It was my. It's still. I know everyone's. They're all in their own. They're all doing their own thing.
They're all doing their weird
Anthony's and the
thing.
clan. I don't know, but it was at one time the funniest thing on earth. I feel like, and I just always have wanted to like do something along those lines.
Yeah.
I still wonder what happened to the subreddit. Like, where did all those people go? Were you guys ever on the
Jail?
Opie and Anthony subreddit? Yeah, they should be in jail.
Back in the day, I wasn't really using Reddit, but I heard that they were insane. Like,
they were monsters. Yeah.
There is like guys who used to call. I'm so fucking sad. There are guys who used to like call in like regular guy, like no
Steve
filter
from
Phil
Wanaki or
or
whatever.
like
Pat from Hunaki.
Yeah, Pat from Wanaki. Yeah.
no filter Pat or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they all do stand up under those monikers now. All of them, and they all have 400 followers.
They're doing those clubs that Rich Voss does that are like just an Italian guy's name. How is this a club I've never heard of?
Yeah,
The
Uncle
guy going
Giddy's.
up like, "Good evening."
Yeah.
Those awful callers that used to stop the whole
the
show.
worst. Yeah, I would have just got rid of the phone line if I ran that show.
Nah, dude, that's
I know
it's
you love
radio.
the phones.
It's radio, baby. I've been trying for 4 years to get the phone lines opened up in this studio.
It would be fun to have phone. Yeah, like that's what podcasts are missing, kind of, is the live call.
Yeah,
Right,
give me
right,
a call. I want to know where you're from. Who's
exactly.
Who's calling? How old are you?
Calling from 770. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Yeah, exactly.
I used to
Those are-
love Mean Jimmy, like when Opie wasn't in studio and Anthony and Jimmy hated taking calls, so they
Yeah.
take a call and they just abused. the people.
Yeah.
Great. So funny.
Good lord, dude. The heat just sucks my fucking creativity, my brain. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
well, let's wrap this
I'm-
up. It's getting hot as fuck.
I'm
in
gonna start
here.
podcasting at 2 a.m. just so I can fucking think.
We're literally panicking about the same thing. We have to buy one of these.
Yeah,
We're
it's
like,
so easy
summer's
to edit
right-
out.
Oh, really? How do
Yeah,
you do it?
I can show you in Premiere.
Let's talk about it around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we'll let the show go another
I
15,
just
20
assumed
minutes.
5 minutes ago we were cutting all that out. I just assumed that.
All right, we'll wrap this up. But just one more time, anything else you guys want to plug to our fans before we get out of here? We have a very loyal listenership here.
Just check out Hey Watch with Devin Costa. We had Tim Dillon on. We have some really good episodes lately.
I thought that Jack Sparrow episode was pretty fun.
And we had a Captain Jack Sparrow
Captain Jack Sparrow
impersonator who came
impersonator.
on and
Hollywood
talked
Boulevard
about
one?
the case. I don't know.
Yeah,
He-
he was good.
I'm not sure. He was really good though. He went along with us too.
Really?
We showed him 2 Girls, 1 Cup. We showed him like all sorts of like
These are-
fucked up things, and he was like, "Oh my!"
This is why I wanted to bring you guys on. These are the kinds of gags I'm pitching on the weekly round. Like, let's bring in a hobo and pay him money to see if he wants shoes.
Yeah.
On the
Bum
air.
fights. Yeah.
See if he can play Creep by Radio.
Yeah. Let's make him arm wrestle Tyler.
My friend Joey, he like contacted this baby. This is Joshua
Oh,
the
yeah.
super baby. It's like it was like 10 months old, but it had this amazing kick.
could
And
kick.
its dad was this like former like Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy who's just his whole life now is like my baby can kick. Like this is, and it does have like went viral on TikTok. The kid
Hey,
kicking.
he was on Steve Harvey.
He was on Steve Harvey after us.
After us. We had him before,
We had him
like,
before
daytime
he got on
TV.
daytime TV. So Joey developed a relationship with this baby's dad and said like, well, we want you guys to come on the show, and we're also talking to Hasbullah about a fight. Maybe your baby can fight Hasbullah.
Right.
And we would talk to the dad and be like, Mexico is. They don't. It's
The
fine.
sanctioning's fine,
Yeah, the
yeah.
sanctions fine. They allow babies to fight. It's
Yeah.
totally good. Like, and the dad was like dead serious. Like,
Loved it.
okay, brother, let's do this. Like, yes.
Joey,
Like, and-
Joey got the dad to send in like a promo video where he was just like, We hate all fake babies out there. My baby will beat up any fake baby. Joshua, a real baby.
Yeah, like the angle is that Hasbulla is a fake baby. We have a real baby that will kick his ass, and then we paid a guy. Joey paid a guy to come on and pretend to be Hasbulla's representative on our podcast when we had the dad and the baby on, and the guy came in and we cursed him out, and he cursed out the baby and the dad, and we kicked him out of the studio, and right after the dad didn't know it was a gag, his wife goes in, he goes, "Do you see that? He tried to fight me over Joshua. He's scared of my Joshua. Just scared of baby. Baby, scare him."
Okay. He's the most masculine man ever born. I love this guy.
Way better than my dad. Way better than my dad.
How is the baby's kick though?
It's
Phenomenal.
killer.
It was not bad. I watched the clip. You guys, everybody who's listening should watch it. I'll put the link in the show notes. The baby was pretty impressive.
In all honesty,
I didn't
what are
want
his
to give it to
chances
him.
with Hasbulla?
Hasbulla would
No,
kill
we
him.
were lying. It was we had no chance. Hasbulla would never get back to us.
No, of course, no. I mean, but just in
You're
a
saying
fantasy
theoretically.
world, you get him in a ring.
No, not a chance.
Yeah,
Hasbulla would-
Still got a soft spot.
Kill the
got a
kid.
soft spot.
Punch through the soft spot.
Especially now with the shortage, the formula shortage, he doesn't stand a chance.
He'll never grow.
But if they hit him, based on what I remember from watching it, if they put him up in one of those machines where they measure punching, it would be equal, I think. It would be fair.
like a kick machine. Yeah.
I think Hasbulla's got him on technique, probably in life experience. He's got tricks up his small
Cunning.
sleeve.
Yeah, he's a little more cunning.
Bone mass.
Yeah.
But the kid is he's got a special talent.
Right.
He probably
that never
will go
works
on.
out. That never works out. I remember years ago there was a soccer player who was 8 in the MLS, and they were like, "This guy's the future," and then he just never did anything.
Yeah.
That's what always happens.
Yeah.
You don't want to peak too young. That's why I still haven't peaked yet.
Yeah.
Hold
on to it.
Yeah.
Never peak.
Yeah.
That'd be a sick hat, dude. Just a
Never peak.
All right, let's wrap this fucking up. Let's wrap the show up. You guys have been fantastic. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. We're going to
Thanks
put all
for
the
having us,
relevant
man.
show notes in the link. On behalf of everybody here at the Bryan and Ramsey Show, peace be unto the prophet.
Long live Hasbulla. 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 Long live Hasbulla.